Hello. Hello again. Unfortunately, there's another police shooting on video. I can't get away from speaking about this subject. There's bad cops from one coast to another. This time, a black man was killed by a white Oklahoma deputy who accidentally grabbed his gun instead of a taser. I don't know if I believe that, but that's the story. Unfortunately, I have to do these videos because I don't hear the questions or comments that I would like to hear in the news media. So I've taken to the streets to do it myself. I don't have the fancy clothes like the news people. I don't have the fancy newsroom. I don't speak as well as the people in the newsroom. But they're not doing their job right because they're not asking the important questions or showing the full videos. Like this video here with this Oklahoma shooting of let me give you his name here. See, I don't speak as good as the news people do, but I'm going to ask some tougher questions than they do. What's the guy's name? Eric Harris, I believe it was. Eric Harris. Okay, he was the guy that was accidentally shot by a white older reserve police officer. My first question would be, why would they have such an old gentleman on the police force? Well, I think I know, because he apparently is a wealthy man and donated, I believe it was $2,500 to the sheriff of the county, so he gets to ride around with the police or the sheriff's deputies and act like he's a cop, a big shot. Okay, that's my first question. I know that question's been asked already in the news. I have heard that. But the next question would be, why would he have tasered him in the first place? If you watch this video, and I'm going to put a link in my video. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm sure everybody's seen it already, but in case you haven't, I'm going to put a link in it, a link in my video, so you can watch it and see for yourself. But I would ask the question, why was he even tasered to begin with? I haven't heard that question from anybody. They have 4 or 5 deputies. One of them is kneeing on his head. I have a picture here, and excuse my printer, I ran out of color, but maybe you can get an idea here. The one deputy is kneeling on the guy's head after he's been shot. Another guy's grabbing his arm. Another guy's grabbing his other arm. Another guy's here, and there's probably people on the back too, on his legs. And then this stupid, rich insurance executive, what's his name? Robert Bates. That's the older gentleman that shot this black guy, Eric Harris. This Robert Bates has to be a moron in my book. He tasers the guy, or he thought he was tasering the guy, but he actually shot him. But my question is, why would he even have tasered him when you have all these deputies already are in control of the man? So you see the one guy with a knee in his head, and that knee remained there even after he was shot. They didn't care that he got shot. They got, too bad. You're black, we don't care. We shot you, I don't care, and I'm going to still knee you in the head. And then they berated him also. They're like putting him down after he got shot. It's just unbelievable. You cops, your arrogance is just unbelievable. Let me get these quotes here for you real quick here. I'm not prepared today. But let me get these quotes here. I can't keep up with this. He says, Robert Bates, I believe it was. I'm sorry, I'm a little confused today. Yeah, Robert Bates, the cop, says, I shot him. I'm sorry. Another question would be why he's saying to the deputies he's sorry. He's not saying to Eric Harris, I'm sorry I shot you. He's saying, I shot him I'm sorry. So he's speaking to the other people around him, the other cops. He's telling them he's sorry. He's not telling the guy he shot he's sorry. That's one negative against this guy right there. It's like, you don't care about the black guy bleeding to death on the ground. I shot him, I'm sorry. And then he says, oh shit, man, he shot me. And then, oh God, he shot me. I didn't do shit, Eric Harris says. This is a direct quote. You didn't do shit. You didn't do shit. You hear me? These are the deputies speaking back to him. They didn't say, oh, we're going to help you out. Or sorry, oh, you got shot, we'll do the best we can for you. They're just saying, you didn't do shit. Like a smartass. You didn't do shit. You didn't do shit. You hear me? I'm losing my breath, says Eric Harris, dying on the ground. I'm losing my breath. And then the guy says, I'm not going to say the words, I don't know if I can say it on YouTube. F your breath. F your breath. But if you'll notice in the video, they blocked out in white squares, so you can't see the cop speaking. And yesterday I saw it, that the cop was speaking, but today they blocked it out. But you know it's the cop speaking. You know, that's ridiculous to speak like that to the guy. He's dying. They made a mistake and shot him, and they're still kneeing the guy in the head and swearing at him and just belittling him as he died there. And I didn't see anybody offering him medical help. You think they would have showed that if they were giving him help? They would have showed that in the video. They'd be proud to show their officers helping the guy. But I don't think they helped him. I think they just let him die because he's a black guy. He don't count for nothing. He's a criminal. Who cares? Yeah, they're probably all these good old boys are sitting around the table saying, "Oh yeah, when you make a mistake, Robert, you make a good one." That's probably what they're saying, but they're not going to tell you that though. But I pretty much know how they speak. They're good old boys, and they're probably patting them on the back, saying, "You made a great mistake there." But the one good thing is they did charge him today with manslaughter. That's what they charged him with. They charged him with manslaughter. Yesterday they were sticking up for him, saying he just made a mistake, and they had some kind of technical term that when people are excited, they do the opposite of what they want to do. But my first question is, why did he even have to use a taser? They already had the guy under control. The guy's kneeing him in the head, as you can see there. And you'll see it in the video if you go to it. The guy's kneeing him in the head and never did let up, even after he got shot. And he was only minutes from dying. You know, no reason to knee the guy in the head for the last few minutes of life. You guys are just arrogant MFs. That's what you guys are. And I'm just really, really disgusted with you guys. You cops. You know, and I don't want, if any cops see this video, I don't want you to think, I don't want you to come over and shoot me, first of all, okay? But I'm not against all cops. I'm against you bad cops, you arrogant cops, the cops like in this video. Those are the kind of cops I don't like. Just to be clear, I don't want all the cops coming over trying to make fake charges and shooting me or arresting me. I just don't like crooked cops. You're the guys that I'm talking to. Any cop that does their job right, I have no problem with. That's what you're there to do. You're there to do your job and do it professionally. Not this kind of crazy stuff. Shooting someone because they're black or shooting because they're a criminal. You know. And also I heard, I don't see it here in the quotes, but it's like they justify shooting him because he ran. That's one of the first things they say. Well, hey, you ran. It's not in this story, but if you listen to the video, you'll see. The guy goes, "You shot me," and he says something like, "Well, hey, you ran. You ran. So if you run, you get shot." No, that's not the law. The law doesn't work that way. That's why I'm against the death penalty, because there's just too many chances for error. You know, even the coldest killer in the world, I just am against the death penalty because you just never know if the guy was set up. You just never know. You know, and it's just better to not have a death penalty when there's room for error. With these cops making up lies and stuff, you just can't have something like that. That's just ridiculous. So, again, thanks to everybody for watching. I'm trying to get a little better at speaking. My speaking skills, if you'll be patient with me. I know I'm not the greatest speaker. I've said that before. I am trying to practice and get a little better so I'm not so boring or don't look crazy or nothing. Okay? But I need to ask these questions that the media's not asking. So Thanks again for watching. Okay.